Welcome back, people. How's this for a new starting point? London Underground. You can probably hear all the announcements about delays today. It's a huge mess, people. One entire line, the Circle line, is closed. So everybody's being diverted pretty much everywhere else onto the other lines, which also have delays. The reason I'm filming is that many of you asked or wondered what it was like, the underground system here in London. Any minute, according to the board up there, a train should be arriving, or a tube train should be arriving. Like pretty much the entire morning. It's running late. Here it comes. Now the crazy thing is, in a couple of minutes, it will be absolutely solid here. I need to choose my spot because people will flood on, flood off, etc. obviously simultaneously. But the crazy thing is, earlier on, when the train arrived here, train before this one, the number of people that got off it was absolutely crazy. I think that was probably the first train that arrived after the closures were announced. So actually quite reasonable, this one today. People are able to get off, not get squashed, get the luggage off peacefully, and get the hell out of the station, just like I'm about to do. But that's the London Underground. It's not all quite so sparkling though, people, don't get excited. This is one of the newer stations in London. That's why it looks fairly swish, I would say. Yeah, a lot of the network is fairly run down. This station, Westminster, not only is it in the heart of central London, right near the Palace of Westminster, and Big Ben, obviously, but it also services several lines: Jubilee, Circle, District. So it's, for that reason, exceedingly busy. Not all the time, but I mean, Monday to Friday rush hour, obviously chaos, and sometimes at the weekend chaos. I'm wondering, actually, seeing how few got off that tube train. I was expecting a massive crush like the one before, so a bit of an anticlimax. Apologies to everybody, but you saw what I was trying to do, and it's very interesting because I wonder if everybody already arrived at horseguards. Could that be the reason? I mean, I guess it could be the reason. Okay, so before we exit the station, key thing, guys, please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Now, quite a nice day, all in all. 15 degrees, breezy, warm, bright, rather nice. Just what we were hoping for, if we're honest. However, I have no idea how that might or might not impact on the numbers of horseguards. Guess we're about to find out. Now, I'm going to try my hardest, guys, today, not to get abused, assaulted, or pushed. Now, will I succeed in that endeavour? No idea. Guess we're about to find out. I'm also hoping that we might get to see a few different troopers, so those that we saw yesterday, purely because there are some more, and it'll be nice to see the ones that we haven't yet seen. Any guarantees of that? No, but I remain optimistic, as ever. Somebody asked yesterday, is London always like this? Look at this Scottish gent here in his finery. London isn't always like this, guys. It's only like this about 6.5 days out of 7 every week. This is bad. Try Oxford Street, Oxford Circus in the run-up to Christmas. That's terror. This is nothing, guys. This is moderation compared to some places, I tell you. Now, the good news is they have actually reopened the crossing. Damn it. I missed the opportunity to go and inspect the brand new latrine facilities, which are quite possibly open. Notice everybody's now flooding across. The traffic marshals have gone. And things seem to have settled down somewhat. Now, as I'm running later than I would have liked, skip past the phone boxes, head straight to you-know-where, ladies and gents. Everyone taking pictures of Elizabeth Tower, and to be honest, on a day like today, we can understand why. Lovely. Oh yes. Very, very easy to understand why it's so popular. Okay, this side is still locked, which means they haven't actually reopened. They've just reopened the crossing, but not the entrance to London's most used toilets. I'm thinking they probably actually are. I never really thought about that, but they probably are the most used public toilets in the whole of Zone 1, just by virtue of location. And these constant numbers, these throngs of massive groups of tourists. I'm really expecting today to see shorts, t-shirts. I mean, I've got 2 layers on, which is probably 1 layer too many. But hey, better to be safe, eh? Plus, a lot of the, I say a lot, I mean some of the lines on the tube, which luckily for me equates to quite a lot, are air-conditioned. So the worst is to go out, get all sweaty, sit on an air-conditioned tube for 20-30 minutes if you're going out of Central, and then get a little bit coffee and wheezy. Gosh. Wow, guys, I'm not intentionally walking slowly. Let me see if I can get around this lot. Where we're going, the actual walks to Horse Guards are going to take 30 minutes plus if these numbers keep going up. It'll be interesting to see actually if there's a very big difference between what we've got now and what we'll have when I come back from holiday. Point being, I think I'll actually notice finally that, hold on a second, things have gone a little crazy whilst I was away for a little while. You need to be absent to really sort of understand and appreciate and miss certain things, and I do think as we get closer to the Easter weekend, things are going to be getting a little bit hairy in Central and around the Horse Guards. Real nice sunshine I can feel on my neck. In fact, it feels great. Okay, last choke point, Downing Street, and then we finally make it. Now, I would have expected this morning's guard change at Buckingham Palace to be an extraordinary affair because of the weather. Probably second, third hottest day of the year today, which meant everybody would have flooded to the Palace guard change. Oh my goodness, hold on a second. How are we going to get through this? Like, actually, how are we going to get through it? I'm not even exaggerating. Wait. Hold on. I can't really talk, guys, because I'm holding my breath in to squeeze through the gaps. Wow. Oh my word. People are just sort of standing still. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, it's oh, that's it, finally. Big Frenchie groups just stopping outside Downing Street. There's nothing to take a picture of. I mean, even with the best kit, you can't really get a particularly decent picture of the front door because looking from the front through those gates, 10 Downing Street's over on the right hand side in a very dreary, typically underwhelmingly lit corner. You'll never see it sort of, super bathed in sunshine. It's a very dreary little street it is, to be honest. But hey, I mean, it's iconic, so it's not really surprising that people throng there. Somebody noticed a sign about bicycles and stuff or anything else that was left here unattended gets disposed of and destroyed. Understandably, really. Given the history of this particular street during the Troubles. And not just this street, actually. I mean, Hyde Park, Canary Wharf, take your pick. Lots of issues in lots of places. And that in large part is why there are no rubbish bins, folks. Now, one thing I wasn't entirely sure about today, I didn't want to mention it, because there was a lot of chit-chat actually, and I wonder if they were doing it on purpose. I had some of the troopers saying to me, you know what, we'll wait until the regimental change, so the regiment will ride over in summer order. I also wonder whether the Blues have brought their summer order, but ladies and gents, you will be delighted to hear that they didn't quite manage to trick me, scoundrels. If you're watching, you know who you are, and you're very naughty for saying to me, skip Sunday. Come on Monday. Honestly, I was told, come on Monday, early. Summer order, people in the house, first day. Yeah, I was convinced that, in fact, it was going to be tomorrow, first day. Here is... Oh, he's just come out as well. 2 minutes past the hour, so we got here with beautiful timing. This gent in his summer order, looking magnificent. How's about that? Oh my, it's busy here. There we go, that's a little bit better, folks. Yep. Summer order day 1, 2025. Pretty sweet spot actually here. Got a good view. I'm sure she's waiting to get shouted at on the right. Just step back, ladies and gents, carefully. You'll see the thing that I was talking about before. You've got a line, one who's just leaving, 2, 3, 4, 5 Filipino spammers, all in a line, all live streaming on TikTok. They'll probably stand there all day. That was what I was referring to before by the spammer problem. Lucky they're quite short, so it's easy to film over them, but at the same time, the persistence of that particular group is extraordinary. And those of you that have messaged me and emailed me and stuff to mention about certain controversial videos being reposted in small clips or in full, they are the source. Yeah, they're the ones that repost those clips that were deleted by other channels in the past. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if today was strict in the sense that, hey, the troopers needed, keyword needed, to move into some order today, or whether it was weather dependent. I don't know how fixed it is in the calendar, in all honesty. Round of applause for somebody behind. I don't know what that's for. But golly, it feels like a long time since we saw some. I mean, it has been a long time, but it feels even longer. It feels like a year, to be honest, since we were last here. And the troopers are in summer order. To be honest, looking at it again now, obviously it looks, considerably lighter, easier than the cloak. But bearing in mind, gloves, the wool overcoat, or tunic, I think is the better way to describe it, in themselves would be pretty heavy. But, and this is the key, add in the cuirass, guys. What is a cuirass? Cuirass is the breastplate that is strapped to the soldier's chest with the same on his back. That cuirass is weighty, people. Okay, that's not some sort of lightweight NASA designed material. That's good old-fashioned steel. It's weighty, restricts your movement, and if you're sweating behind it, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stick on you all day. So easy as it is, in summer order, it's not easy per se. I've never actually had any trooper say to me that they think it's more difficult to be in some order, but it's certainly not the... he was just about to charge the horse of that idiot, but it's certainly not what you're thinking. In other words, it's certainly not, a light, short-sleeved, modern addition to the army wardrobe in 2025. It is somewhat antiquated, glorious as it is to look at, and I know a lot of you mentioned before that, hold on, maybe it's time for an update so the troopers have a uniform that is more in keeping with the often unseasonably hot temperatures. Don't forget, guys, the troopers sometimes are in summer order in the boxes when it's 30, 34, 35 I think is the hottest we saw summer before last. Yeah, that was hard even to stand outside of film. Imagine sitting with all that kit on a warm-blooded animal with a fluffy fleece between yourself and the warm-blooded animal. Yeah. Reminds me of how difficult it is to lay on a rug in front of an open fireplace in the winter.
I'll take your coat. Oh, thank you.
That's very thoughtful. Now, I'm guessing because of the numbers, they've pulled one gate nearest to me is closed. I don't know if it's going to stay closed, but they're funneling everybody out of the central gate this morning. I don't know how long that will last, but I guess we'll find out. So it didn't take long, did it, for somebody to get shouted at? I do like the fact the trooper was absolutely poised to use the horse. I mean, to be honest, I do wonder what would happen if one of the troopers did go to use the horse, but the person either had AirPods in or was hard of hearing, and the horse knocked them to the ground. Real tricky, isn't it? Oh, she's super scared, look. The horse, maybe she's going to run. I don't understand how it's that scary. I mean, if it were a tiger, I'd get it. Horse wants a nibble. Who's next? He has a foot in the box. I think the trooper's only going for those that actively just march over like they own the place. And to be honest, I think that's fair. If you try and get every single foot out of the box that crosses into the box, there is a huge problem. What's the huge problem? There's not enough space on the public highway for all these boots, all these people. Not even close to there being enough. Oh. Gently dressed very similarly to me actually today, although I've changed my cab colour. I've joined a new regiment. I've joined the white cabs. Hot enough for a white cap today, guys. Reflects the heat beautifully.
What's the word?
See, still tons of people. I mean, absolutely tons. It's chocker, waka, waka. Thing is, are they going to bother coming forward? I will briefly have a kind of a look at the other end occasionally, but as some of you mentioned yesterday, no idea what everyone's shouting about. It's frustrating. I know it is, guys, when you see one trooper enforcing the box and the other choosing not to, as is their right, but I do get your frustration, as I read a lot of you mentioned in the comments yesterday. Now, the thing is, ideally, we want to know which horse this is. Possibly Sefton. I honestly don't remember, guys. I don't want to speculate because I honestly don't know with this one. So this is the first day in summer order, and as such, the magnificent trooper and horse have thoroughly earned picture of the day at this end. We know that. Let me see if I can get the hoof number. Again, easier said than done. 1 second. That light's a bit of a mess on the hoof. Okay, I think I've got it. I'll deal with that after. If not, I'll post it as nameless horsey of the day and leave it to you guys to fill in the blanks. This massive group from Espanol are not even bothering to move. They're just standing there and observing. I don't know why they're observing, but for whatever reason they don't want to come over to the horse. Curious. What about all those that are now arriving from the front gates, having left the palace. Saying, oh, we don't want to stop here. Okay, finally the courage is starting to pluck up a little bit. It's a largely non-English speaking Spanish group on exchange with an English tour group. He's native English, the guy in the blue fleece jacket. Yeah, he says don't put your hand out. In other words, don't get it bitten off by the horse. The main reason, sorry, the main reason that the spammer group stands there is that spot directly in front is out of direct sunlight, so it does make a little bit of a difference to the filming. But the thing that I find personally a bit annoying about that, it doesn't affect my filming, is that by blocking that area constantly, it means that no tourists were able to get directly in front for a straight-on photo op. Sadly. I think they should install some sort of grate on the ground, and if anyone stands on it for longer than, I don't know, X amount of time, say 10 minutes, the grate automatically opens and they fall into a large plastic subterranean bin below Whitehall. Of course, he possibly reacting to the gust of wind. The other thing is it takes the troopers a lot longer to get ready, before they mount up when they're wearing some order. So that's, I guess, I mean, what is it? I was going to say it's another negative, I guess it's a negative aspect. I mean, nobody wants to spend more time getting dressed than they need to, even if we're going to the supermarket. And here as well, look, I mean, huge numbers, but they're, for a reason, not surging forward as we were expecting. But lovely though to see Summer Order back, and my goodness me, is the kit gleaming on what? I dare say they were up super late last night and again super early this morning, not just on the boots, but the sword, the cuirass, everything is out. You can really see it when the sun is shining like this, and it's completely, at least from where I'm standing, guys, fussy as some of us are, it looks to me to be immaculately presented in every respect. Even the horse looks quite regal today. Look, like he's had a bit of his forelock combed, maybe straightened a little bit and combed. No, very, very curious. Oh, he's listening to our. Of course, he's listening to our conversation. Yeah, but despite this many people, folks, why is it that the majority of them are ignoring the horse by not approaching? I don't get it. Very strange. But I did say that I'd show you this end, and that was that. Somebody all in black right behind me, like super close behind me, which is curious. Oops, sorry. Trying to walk through carefully without bumping into anyone. I will avoid the yard today, just because I don't think we're likely to get anyone in the arches. Massive mess at the front here, which tourists are being warned not to stand in. Golly gosh. Okay, so we'll get back in through the spammer line. Marching through the box. The thing is, I think actually, guys, that there's a very, very strong possibility that because of the changes here and because of the numbers that we're going to see both in Easter holiday proper, but more importantly after the Easter holiday, going into the summer, I think a lot of the minor spammers will give up, in all honesty. I mean, nobody really watches much of what they publish anyway, so if it drops a little bit further, they might have to go and get a real job, which would be nice. just an odd concoction of everyone. Look at it. It's like a big, massive tourist soup. That's exactly what it is, actually, a tourist soup. Is there anyone brave enough to go anywhere near the horse for a picture? It looks like they installed an invisible force field around the box.
What? Come here.
Everyone's ignoring it, completely ignoring it. Which I've got to say I find actually quite pleasurable. She's asking if she can get a picture there. I mean, that far away from the box. It's pretty far. But he did nod. The annoying thing is not being able to get Gatesman and Schützman images, folks, in some order. It's a real pity. But I'm quietly optimistic we will be able to get those pictures before summer and the tourist season ends. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, quietly optimistic. I'm not sure if she's super nervous or super respectful, or maybe both. Okay, here comes our animated Spanish tour group leader in banana yellow. It's actually more of a mustard, isn't it, to be fair?
Where are the boys?
Our horsey watching channel is becoming a people watching channel. Okay, so here comes the latest squash.
Baba o sarayın içinden girip şuraya çıkıyor. Cam forası.
Some lovely red-haired Spanish tourists. I wondered if she was like waiting for a pet to come over. No, it's a kid. Sorry, folks. Or if we keep getting spammer phones in the frame, folks, I'll just stand directly in front of them and film there instead. Moving slightly out of the way to let the tourists through the gap. Could somebody translate in the comments, guys, what our man is saying, what he's explaining? I wonder if any of the tour guides got a little pitch about the removal of the guards in the yard, or whether it's being just overlooked. Because at the end of the day, I think the majority of people coming here in tour groups had no idea that it used to be, excuse me, that there used to be foot guards. So they might not actually even need to mention it. He just referred to everybody here that's filming. So I dare say he's saying, be careful with with the box, otherwise you'll get shouted at and end up on YouTube. Fair point. Okay, yes. Good guy. Like him, he's always really chirpy and optimistic. His body language is always positive. Which, to be honest, given how much of a hard job that is, when there are so many people, I admire his professionalism. It's hard enough to film, let alone actually leading a group of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people around. Oh. Okay, his wife's moving him out the box. So, get out of the box. 2. Police are keeping a good eye on the crowd today from inside. Who's up next? Ta-da! Definitely the best dress so far. Loving the fabric. And plus, oh, that was not great. I was just speculating actually. I was about to speculate on what would happen if somebody's patting the horse and stuff, but the horse sticks his head outside the box area. I mean, strictly speaking, that's not against the rules. Okay, let's say Blondie doesn't get shouted at. Like I said, guys, some people in full, some order themselves, clothing-wise. Okay, she's going back for a second attempt.
Hello, kamusta? Oo nga eh.
Troopers are eyeballing because he walked straight through the middle of the box. I think, though, to be honest, it's far less likely that people going into the box, unless they're going into the box and approaching the horse, will get shouted at today. And the reason I say that is the trooper has pulled the horse, and indeed himself, out of the bright sunshine. This end is a real sun trap at this time of the day. And summer kit or not, it's pretty hot to be sitting in direct sunlight. Oh, look at this. Clippy Clops. Hasn't got Brabazon today, he's got a different one. Good, yourself? Yeah. Look at this. Fantastic. I don't know where they've hid Brabbers. Hopefully not in the same place that they've hidden our beloved Mr. Mond.